Hello everybody, I'm Mr. GamePie, and I am ready to dive right into this next stage. This is Let's Play Megaman 4. And, yes, I did come up with a pun for Dive Man. So, got that down. Now, as always, Mega Man games have water stages. Except Mega Man 5, which has a space stage instead. But, we're not playing Mega Man 5, so it has a water stage. And that was just great. A one-up wasted. Anyway, these little green things here are invincible. Nothing can destroy them in the entire game. And we have Aquamets. That's probably not what they're actually called, but, that's what I'm calling them. In water stages, Mega Man can jump pretty much as high as he wants. This whale here is called Moby. Obviously after the, book. Now, typically water stages have a lot of spikes. And, this one isn't really much of an exception. But, unlike most other water stages, it lacks spikes on the ceiling, which would normally prevent you from jumping as high as you would want. Very interesting, that. Alright, Eddie, let's see if you're going to be awesome this time. Less awesome than you could be, but, it's not horrible. I mean, at least it had some use this time. Time to fight another Jumbig. There we go. That guy is down. Okay, let's see here. What should I switch to for this next section? I think I'm going to go with the Flash Stopper. You see, there are these little tiny manta rays, and I really don't like them. They're small and pretty hard to hit. So that's why I'm stopping time here, so that, I can jump into spikes. Yup. I think this is Death 5? Something like that. Despite their size, these manta rays actually do a ton of damage. Well, relative to their size anyway. Making them quite difficult to maneuver around effectively. Here we have another Moby. I've never learned how to consistently dodge his missiles there, unfortunately. And similar to Pharaoh Man's stage, we have a little, item to collect. This time it's called the Wire, which is pretty much useless in this particular stage, as it lacks very many ceilings. But we have obtained it anyway. But unlike in Pharaoh Man's stage, where obtaining the balloon would let you skip a section, in this level, it means we have to redo a section. Quite annoying, that. As you can see, those manta rays do take off a decent amount of chunk, or health. As do those. Equipping the dust again. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really use the skull barrier on Dive Man, even though that's his weakness. I like to keep things long range against him, as you'll see shortly. If I can refrain from dying. Oh, and now we have mines. Woo, that was a close one. Almost smacked into some death spikes there. And now it is time to fight against Dive Man. I really don't think I'm going to be making much progress this first time around. But I'm going to try anyway. Oh no, that's bad. Okay. Doing good. As long as he doesn't do a large chain of his body slams, I'll probably be good. because I can handle his missile attacks very well, but it becomes very difficult to jump over him effectively whenever he starts doing that over and over again like he's doing right now. Okay, survive that. Don't ram into me. Seriously, if I take one more hit, I'm probably done for. Alright, I beat him. I didn't expect that I would beat him. Low health and all that. Especially considering that there was a messed up section right in there, but I did it! I beat Dive Man. And I only died once. I usually have a lot more trouble with this level. Even with my special weapons. They don't actually help out a lot in this level. They do good damage and stuff, but not a whole lot of places where they come to a particularly useful advantage. Well, this stage is actually going to be quite the opposite, Drillman here, because this is another one of those stages where there seems to be a place for every special weapon to come into use. Dive Missile being his weakness. That's the only weapon that I want to actually be using in the level itself. I like to start off with a little bit of Ring Boomerang. They take down those guys in one shot. And then I move on to the Dust Crusher for this enemy up here. And back to Ring Boomerang. Two kills with one ring. That's the way things go. Keeping on the Ring Boomerang here. Pretty useful against Batauntauns. I actually didn't need that health, I didn't realize that. And I could try to go for that one-up down there, but... well, actually, I do have the wire, which could help if I make a misjump. Or I could just grab it effectively and not have to do anything. Okay! Now here, this section makes me kind of paranoid, because they've got these spikes up there. It's kind of like what you'd expect them to do on a water level, really. Except they didn't do it in a water level, so they just made it up for doing it in a regular level. And I'm running out of Ring Boomerang, but that doesn't matter, because it's time for Rain Flush. Bam! Takes out everything. Those, cannons can be pretty tough to take out if you don't use that. They, open up and close very quickly. Get an E-Tank here. Oh, and, I guess it's time for some more Dust Crusher, because we have the, bumper car guys. Yeah. And it's time for the Skull Barrier, because otherwise you'd have to wait for these rocks, and I just like to run through. Whoa, I got a 1-up all of a sudden, that's cool. So, after running forward and pressing the 1 button as I'm using the Wii repeatedly, we are now at Drillman. And his weakness is the Dive Missile. It's a homing missile that does about standard buster damage. You can have 2 on the screen at a time, so that's kind of cool. But I don't use it a lot. It's not typically strong enough for me to consider it worth using. And Drillman is being very nice to us, just going in and out of the ground. Did I lock him into some kind of pattern, or is he just being stupid? No, he was just being stupid there. Okay. Yeah, that's the Drill Bomb. I typically have a tougher time dodging that, really. Whoa! This is bad. Uh-oh. Whoa. Oh my gosh, I have 1 shot left. Wow, that's one of the easiest Drillman fights I've ever had. I didn't get hit. Wow. Drillman is typically very difficult for me. I've had some pretty epic battles with him before, but that was just pathetic. Wow. Well, I get the drill bomb. It's just a powerful weapon. Really, it's kind of like the crash bomb, except it has more ammunition and it doesn't latch to walls. It just explodes immediately. And I was going to save the first Cossack level for the next video, but since there's like 5 minutes left, I guess I'll just jump right in. Yes, he is Russian. I really like the theme for this first stage. It's particularly awesome, as you'll be seeing momentarily. Now we've got snow here, it makes you walk slower. It doesn't seem to affect the slide very much. And those are slinkies. I don't know why they take so many hits, but other than that, they're not much of a threat. I don't think I've ever actually gotten hit by them. Now, I've tried to do some other things in this room, but I find it easiest just to use some brain flesh right here. Those guys can be pretty... well, they're invincible whenever they're spinning around, and due to the tight corners, you're not really going to get a good shot at them. Unless you're just really fast or something. Now these areas right here, they are slippery. Icy and stuff. We're in Russia after all. Okay, take down you. And charge shot. I guess I didn't mention it earlier, but in case you haven't noticed, those guys can only be defeated by charge shots. Nothing else will take them down. Well, a charge shot Pharaoh shot will take them down, but that's still a charge shot, so it's really a moot point. Oh. These guys are just being difficult. And I can refill that rain flush I just used, if I can get in there effectively. Uh-oh. This doesn't look safe. When things don't look safe, it's time to use Skull Barrier. That didn't work. Well, now we know what not to do in that section. Thank you very much, Skull Joe. I think that's what they're called. Ah! Man, this is not going well. But it's still an awesome theme, so I have to give it that much. And hey, it's Megaman. If it wasn't hard, they'd be doing something wrong. Come on. These guys aren't going to appear, are they? You know what? Forget this. I'm out of here, man. What the? Did I just despawn him? Wow. Okay, well, now it's time to see the balloon in use. As you can see, we have those little flying enemies from Skullman's stage down there. They don't do much right here, but if you were to stay still for long enough, one of them would appear right on the vertical level that you were on. and it could potentially be dangerous, though not particularly likely. This section is a little bit tricky. Yeah. But, yeah, see, it appeared on the vertical level that I was whenever I first entered the room. But, there are multiple ways to cross this, little trap, I guess you could call it. Using the balloon is one effective method. And that's what you're really supposed to do right there. Now it's time to show off the drill bomb and how powerful it is. Yeah, that's just two. Just two of those defeated that guy. And we're about to get to the boss. And an important thing to remember in this game is that bosses are either weak to Ring Boomerang or Dust Crusher. In this case, I'm pretty sure it's Ring Boomerang. So don't use those weapons too much outside of boss battles, because, well, that is, if you want to use a boss's weakness. And I'm about to die. That's horrible. I am not going to die after all of that. And I guess I didn't need to use that E-Tank. Well, better safe than sorry, as they always say. Next time around, I'll be going to Cossack Stage 2, which has significantly less interesting music, but still good music nonetheless. See you then!